Hello friends and welcome back to Weekly Craft Bingo, the game where I try to stash down my collection of yarn, fabric, etc. with the addition of a bingo sheet to kind of keep me organized, kind of keep me on track, but mostly just to make a little fun game out of it where I actually don't really stick to the bingo sheet. I just kind of, everything's made up and the sheet doesn't matter. So this week I am once again wearing the Stripe Hype by Veronica Lindbergh, which is it's just kind of like a good utilitarian all-purpose knit. And I also this week have two finished objects.
This is another instance of the Good Old Raglan, once again in the 3 to 6 month size, and once again from Deep Stash for me, ancient stash, de-stash from somebody else. I am not sure of the yarn brand, but it was 65% merino, 10% angora, the rest was nylon and this sparkly bit, which is very, very pretty, and the angora makes it bunny rabbit soft. However, it does have this little fuzziness to it, which I am not 100% sure if that is baby friendly, because it's not like floofy fuzzy, and I don't think that a baby will very easily pick off the fuzziness and put it in their mouth. But people who have before owned actual babies, sound off in the comment if this is too much fuzz for a baby to be able to handle. So this time I did follow the pattern a little bit more exactly, because as you can see, I remembered to give the arms some shaping this time. That, however, also means that I did find a thing to have a teensy tiny little bit of beef with the pattern with, and that is the pattern says how many yarn that you will need in grams as an approximation for each of the sizes for the main color and the contrast color, but not a total. And it gives you kind of a conversion of, you need 2 to 3 balls of this, and those should be this many meters or yards. I weighed my other Good Old Raglan, so I thought if the first one was almost 150 grams and I had it almost exactly 150 grams of this de-stashed yarn, I should probably make the same size. No, I should have gone up. Anyways, I wound up with like 35-40 grams of this yarn left over, once again just because the angora, it's a little bit lighter of a yarn, so I wound up with the ability to have gone up a size. I did not go up a size. I could have, just so that it wouldn't have the exact same pattern in the exact same size, blah blah blah. Get some variety in there, but we have one more baby make. This is the corner to corner granny square blanket that I was making out of that Goodwill haul yarn. That this is the yarn that didn't quite match the rest, but as a border you can barely tell. I used four balls of 240 grams of yarn to complete this project. I had a little bit left over of the fourth ball, but I went ahead and added that border with the new ball, so let's just call it 24 times 4 to bring this project up to a total of 960 grams out of our stash. As far as stash goes, that's pretty good. However, this is a crochet baby blanket, so well, not exactly a baby blanket. As you can see, it is the entirety of that queen size bed. So if anybody needs a crochet blanket for Christmas, let me know.
So for works in progress, I do have the collar on my Color Tip Tee by Emily Curtis. It looks like you're supposed to put your neck through it now. It's not just a wrinkly bit of knitted mess. I do not have the sleeves on it yet, but that is the next step, the last step, and I may or may not do the sleeves 2 at a time. Not entirely sure. I just need to pick those up as I go, but since I have some time off for New Year's Day, I was thinking about doing my New Year's Day game stuff while working on the sleeves for this, so hopefully I can get that knocked out pretty soon. I do not think that I will be done with this by the end of the year, but I probably might be done with it by the end of January? Not sure. Not making any promises. But the weather is back up to being a nice 60 something degrees, so a fingering weight sweater will be nice to wear in this kind of weather, so hopefully it stays that way when I do eventually get done with this. Also for works in progress, I mean, it seems to be pretty good at just doing some quick knit stash downs. I cast on another Good Old Raglan. This time I have about 150 grams of this Rowan Designer DK wool, which is a little bit rustic. So I have that cast on, and I think the 1 to 2 year old size now instead of the 3 to 6 months. So I am going to get a bigger garment out of it. I only have 150 grams of this gold color, but I think that I am going to, you can't actually see it, I have a lot of wool up there that once I get the raglan increases done, I am going to add in a deep, deep, dark chocolatey brown and an undyed to make stripes on this, just to stretch it a little bit more so it's not exactly the Good Old Raglan. It follows the raglan shaping, and I will continue to stash bust. So just a little bit of a neck thus far. Still got a lot of a ways to go, but we are continuing the stashing down and just making things with things that I have on hand. The joy of making. Other than that, we have been invited to a baby shower, and as we all know, I treat baby showers like a fucking competition. I have already given this person a bunch of crocheted blankets, so I don't think that I need to give them any more quilty blanket type things because I already kind of overloaded them on blankets. But I could potentially make them like a little cardigan or something like that. I would just need to decide on an acrylic yarn to use. Most of the acrylic yarn in my stash right now does have a little bit of a fuzz to it, but I'm sure that I can find something in a cute little pattern, like a cute little quick pattern that I can whip up. Let me know down below any of your favorite little baby patterns just to like stash bust some. And this is for a baby boy, so I cannot use that pink that I'm staring at right now. I mean, it's a baby, they don't care about colors, they can only see black and white and red, so they're not gonna care if they're in a pink sweater. But the parents, these parents are a little weird and a little gendery about that. But I have some green. I'm just a little bit afraid that the green is a little bit of fuzziness. Let me know if you have had a baby, how you have handled any sort of like fuzziness. Like, at what point do they either start or stop just trying to shove everything in their mouth? Because if they don't start trying to shove everything in their mouth until they're like 3 months old, then I can make like a teeny tiny little newborn size one. But if they shove everything in their mouth from day one and that does not stop until they're like 3 years old, I don't want to give them anything fuzzy, you know? Let me know down below with any questions, comments, or concerns, because I am concerned about babies and fuzz, you know? If you were not here for the first few times, we have done the acquisition of the Advent. This is a stash swap, a scrap swap Advent that I participated in. So I sent somebody else yarn, they sent me yarn, and instead of calculating the exact grams out, grams back in, we're just counting this as stash neutral. But an acquisition, I sent them 4 weeks for 4 weeks of Advent, and plus a big giant, what's it called, Christmas present, which was just, it was very bulky yarn. It was just a lot of very bulky yarn. So they sent me a bag of just miscellaneous yarns as a bonus Christmas present as well. And let's find out what they are. Warmish, pinkish, orangish brown is showing up a little bit redder on camera, but I don't think it's that red in real life. It's kind of a little bit more of a rusticy clay, but still very warm. And this is a 3-ply DK weight, so I am not sure what I'm going to be making with this. Glad to have it. Thank you for joining the collection. There's more goodies in here. This guy does not have a label. I'm assuming this is a wool. Probably going to go in some sort of color work, but I'm not 100% sure what yet, because if this does not have a label on it, I'm afraid that I can't put it in socks unless it's like maybe on the cuff for socks. Let me know what you think that you might want to do with a little bitty skein this big that may or may not have nylon in it. Let me know down in the comments. There's still more. Read that label. It's Kauni. how are you supposed to read cursive? These letters simply are not visually distinct. But this is 100% wool. 100 grams equals 400 meters, so it's a fingering weight. It is listed as 150 grams though. I don't know what this is going to be. This might be another one of the vintage like stripy sweaters or something like that, because I do have a lot of pink fingering weights. I can mix and match with pink fingering weights and make like a purpley pink sweater. Yeah, there's some potential behind this. I just don't know what the potential is quite yet. And there is still more. It has a smell. It has a smell. This is 50 grams each for 75 meters of cotton. I'm not sure what to make with this amount of cotton. This could be, you know, a soap savory dishclothy thing. I think that this is a softer cotton than like the Lily Sugar and Cream, but I'm definitely gonna need to go to Ravelry to see what people are making with this, because this is not like a summer wearable cotton. And then the last section, which is books, I finished The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. It's a nice read. I enjoyed the book. It's not earth-shattering. Would recommend it if you're into like the fake biographies type stuff. It's enjoyable. It's nice. Not spectacular. It's one of those reads that it's gonna completely exit my mind in a month. Then I read the Happy Ever After playlist by Abby Jimenez. It was also okay. I do feel like this is one of the couples in a rom-com that they're probably gonna get divorced. One of the main conflicts in the book is that one of the characters does not know how to integrate their life with their love interest / partner's life because of the travel and whatnot that they have to do. She does not want to do the long distance thing, which is completely reasonable. It's not really resolved in a way that I think makes sense for both of them. I think that the female main character is slotting her life into the male main character's life. But, you know, in the meantime, enjoy your little homestead in Minnesota. Enjoy your 2.5 kids and a dog. Enjoy your little artistic endeavor hobbies, and enjoy your divorce, because we can all see it coming. Anyways, I am back to having my waitlist on Libby entirely filled up and nothing rented anymore. If you have any always available book recommendations on Libby, let me know down below with any questions, comments, or concerns. New videos up this style are on Tuesday. I might have a bonus video once in a while, but if you liked this, feel free to give this video a thumbs up, like, subscribe, hit that bell icon so you know when I do post, and as always, stay happy, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time. Bye! That looks like Ka-E. Bam!